Jody. I'm back with another tutorial. I am wearing Valentine's stuff today because today is actually Valentine's Day. When you see this, it'll be after Valentine's Day, but happy Valentine's Day anyway to you all. It's Wednesday, it's also Ash Wednesday, so we're all about to embark on the journey of Christ as he goes to the cross for our sins, which is amazing. So happy Ash Wednesday and happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Today we are using the Bargain Bead Box Budding Romance to make 4 pairs of earrings. So I already have one of each earring made, and then we're going to make the other one to make our 4 matching pairs. So let's get ready to turn around and get that going. Okay, as you can see on my mat, I have 4 single earrings made and the items that we need to make each one set aside. And I'm hoping to be very efficient with this video. We'll see how it goes. All right, so let me just tell you what we're using. So we do have in here, we're using the cubic zirconia drops, the gold-plated ones that came in Budding Romance, and we are using some of the rose spacers. All of the ear wires came from my own stash, but I do believe I bought these from the sister store, Bargain Bead Box, or Bead Box Bargains, sorry. And I have 1 single eye pin that we need for that. For the next one, I have several eye pins and some head pins that we're going to need. We are using the, excuse me. I want to make sure I get the technical term here. The gold-plated brass filigree chandelier components, we're using that. We're using the garnets, and we're using a couple of rose spacers. The next one, we are using some 20 gauge wire to make our little component here. If you don't have that, you can use a head pin and just make both sides a loop, which is fine. You can do that. And we are using some of the 8mm Malaysia jade, and we're using some of the faceted round beads, these little mint green turquoisey ones. We're using some of the chain. I'm using about an inch and a quarter of chain. You can use whatever size that you choose. And we are using the lavender rondelles as well for this. And then on the very last one, we're using some rose quartz nuggets. We're using some soft flex beading wire in garnet. And I have about 2 inches of that cut. So I'm using the medium. And we are using some of the garnets, and I have some small 2mm bead crimp beads that we are using for this. So all of them are going to be super easy to make, and they're all very different, as you can see. So I'm just going to move all this stuff aside for right now, and we're going to focus on 1 pair at a time. Oop. Got a little hooked up there. All right, so the first one we're going to make is this really super simple yet adorable little pair of earrings. So I love these little drops, and I thought they would make the cutest little earrings, but I wanted to give it just a little something else. So we are using that little rose spacer bead in there as well. So the first thing I did, it was on a larger jump ring, and I removed that because we're not going to need it. We're not going to need any jump rings at all here. We're going to just use our eye pin for what we need. So we need to put our rose bead on the eye pin. And then we're going to make our simple loop. So we are going to try to position this correctly where I don't have to twist it around as much. Just bend it straight over like so. And then let's cut off what we don't need. I'm gonna leave about 1/4 of an inch, you guys. And then we need our round nose pliers. I moved all my stuff to the other side for some reason, and now I need it. And then let's just make our little loop. Whoop. And I do have extra eye pins and head pins on standby, which I'm probably maybe I'm going to need. This head pin is all of a sudden, I think I cut it too short. Let's cut that off and let's try that one again. You guys know this is not going to be a perfect science with me, right? You do know that. You realize you come here and I cut things too short, cut things too long, and we all make the same mistakes. I'm sure we all do that. So about 1/4 inch. And then let's make our loop. Ah, that's much better. Much, much better. Okay, so now we have our little loop for our flower. And then we just need our chain nose pliers to open up the bottom. I like my flowers to sit a certain way because I know they're usually like a 5-petal flower is what you get for like a spacer, but I like it to where the 2 are on the bottom and the 1 is at the top like a star. So now if you did it correctly, you shouldn't have to maneuver your wire so much to have it facing the correct way when you hang it on your ear wire. And it looks like I'm pretty close, so that's good. So then let's just open up our ear wire and let's hang that on there. And boom, pair number 1 is done. And that is a cute little pair of earrings. Really super cute little pair of earrings. And I'll try them all on for you so you can see them. And all these can be adapted for different things. So like if you don't get the Bargain Bead Box subscription, you can use a cute little charm or maybe just hang some little beads. You can use any little spacer you want, any metals, whatever you like. And if you don't get it but you're interested in getting it, you can click on the link that I have below in the notes and use my promo code Jody2 to get $2 off your first box. All right, so my whole table's moving here. Let's go on to the next pair. And now we have these really pretty, they look really elegant chandeliers. I think they'd be great for like an evening out. Or honestly, a black t-shirt and a pair of jeans. All right, so let's get all the things out that we need for this. And we have our little guide here. All right, and just move that off to the side. And so what I did is I did simple loops and I did wrap loops at the bottom. So I did 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, and then the bottoms are all 1s except for this one with the little rose. Then that one has the 1 bead and the rose. So let's start with all the bottom stuff. I have a garnet. These things are so hard to find the hole. And I do have some more on standby because I do find that sometimes these itty bitty little beads, their holes aren't always very consistent. So I may have some with smaller holes than others. And I may have some with larger holes. So I may have to swap out some beads, but we are using very minimal supplies too with this stuff, you guys. We're not using very much. And with my earrings, because of that bracelet I made, the spring or Easter bracelet, these are the last of my little rose spacers. And I really like the little spacers, the little flowers. They're really cute. So I think I might have to get some more if they have more when they put their extras online. And I'm sure they're probably just about ready to do that soon, I hope. I gotta check it out because these little spacers are really pretty. I'm not usually one for a lot of shaped spacers like this, but I do like these because you can really see the pattern in them. I think they're really, really pretty. All right, so let's get that. All right, we have one there. We're gonna do all of our bottoms first. So I hope everyone has had a great day today so far. I was surprised when I got to work this morning. One of the guys that works with me, you know, he's like one of the nicest people ever. And him and his wife do such nice things for me all the time. Like, I think I told you guys that she's the one who will make salsa or pico de gallo and send it with her husband for me. And she's just very sweet lady. And Rick is very nice too. That's the guy I work with. And him and I became good friends over the years. And since Mindy and I are the only two ladies in the office now, he went and got us both a Russell Stover's chocolate heart box and brought them into work. So it was a nice little surprise when I got home, when I got to work. And then my husband knows what he calls them. He calls it crap candy. So I love chocolate, you guys, but my favorite candies are all like the real sugary stuff. So like sweet tarts and Willy Wonka candy, like gobstoppers and bottle caps, and like those are all my favorites. And oh my goodness, a candy necklace. I love a candy necklace. And the one candy store that's here in downtown Kalamazoo, I think they're a chain maybe, because I've seen them in other places. Maybe it's just a Michigan type chain. It's called Rocket Fizz. Let me know if anybody recognizes that name. It's a candy store and they sell like all kinds of like old-timey candy, novelty candy, just a bunch of stuff. Anyway, they have a 3-foot candy necklace, and I will sit down with that and I will eat the entire candy necklace in a sitting. Like, just sit down and watch TV and eat it. And I love that kind of stuff. And so Shane got me a big, huge heart-shaped box that's full of sweethearts. So I am super looking forward to digging into that. I'm trying to behave and not try to eat too much candy, but you know what? It's Valentine's Day, and we all deserve a little treat. But he took me shopping a couple of weekends ago because we wanted to celebrate our Valentine's Day a little early when we both had time. So we went out to dinner and then we did some shopping downtown. I went to some of my favorite stores and he just let me pick out some things that I loved. And we have Kalamazoo Candle Company here, and it's a local place, and they make all their candles, and they're just so amazing. They're all those like soy candles, so you don't get a lot of that black weird stuff when it's burning. Just amazing candles. And they have a thing where you can go and make candles, like do a date night and go and make candles. So I'm hoping to talk him into doing that soon. I think we'd both enjoy that. You both get to make your own candle. And actually, I think I want to take my mom to do that too. I think she would really enjoy something like that. So anyway, those are some big plans. Not sure when we're going to do it, but I want to take her to do it because I think she would really, really love it. Okay, I'm trying to make the little loops on this small because it's kind of dainty, even though it's a longer earring. So I'm trying to do them as small as I can. Let's do the double one here. And believe it or not, I did shake out this mat, but I'm still getting a little cat fuzz. And I'll tell you why. So this is why. And the culprit is Mr. Cheeto. Because I came in here after I got out of work. I knew in my mind what I wanted to do, so I gathered up all my supplies and I laid everything out because I said after dinner I'm going to go make my single earrings, and then after I'm done with that I'm going to record a video. So I got done with dinner, came in here to go make my single earrings, and that big boy was laying on top of this mat just curled up, and I'm like, what are you doing? And so I had to go put him on his spot. I said, you have a spot. And I put him over there. And when I got started to make a video, he decided that he didn't want to be around me anymore. He was mad at me. So I let him out, and yeah, he'll be fine. He just wanted to sit on the mat. And I'm like, you can't sit on the mat. It's my workspace. So now I know exactly who the culprit is, who is getting their cat fur all over the place. I'm sorry it's taken me a minute to find the hole in these, you guys. Since they're so beautifully faceted, it's hard to see that little hole. All right. There we go. Let me fix that. There. Goodness. Having some struggles here. All right, so let's make our double one. And so far so good. They're all fitting on here just fine. I had struggled with the first earring I made. I'm glad it wasn't on camera because I was swapping out beads constantly. I felt like at least every other bead was being swapped out for a different bead. So they'll fit on strands just fine, but yeah, some of them were not wanting to go on these eye pins, that's for sure. All right, there's that. And then I have an extra bead here. Let me make sure I'm doing this right. Yep, I did get an extra bead. Okay, we can throw him off to the side. Oh my goodness gracious, you guys. It's part of me is like, am I maybe not just finding the hole, or am I finding the hole but not can't get the bead on there? I love these little garnets. I think I'm gonna have to get some more of these too. I bought them in the past because I just love, like they actually make the most gorgeous little spacer too. If you don't mind putting really nice, super nice gemstones as your spacers, which I don't mind at all, especially if I'm using some like little pearls or some check glass or whatever. These little beads are just beautiful. And then they're also like perfect for standalone pieces like what we're doing here. They're very versatile. All right, get rid of that. And on our last little bead here, and then we'll connect everything together. I did not have one single bead that I had a problem with fitting on this today. I'm glad that they cooperated with me to be on camera. If you guys wonder what I do with those extra pieces of things that used to be like an eye pin, I take them out of my little trash bin that I have here, my little glass one, and I hammer down the one end, like, let me show you. I have a ton of them in here, and you can make short eye pins. So I hammer down the one side to make it flat, so it's like a flat-ended head pin. And look at how much room there still is on there. So I'll flatten that out, and it makes kind of a really cool ultra modern head pin. I'll have to do a few of them and show you guys what they look like if you haven't done that already. All right, so let's go ahead and connect all of our little pieces together. All right, we did the hardest part. This is the easiest part here. Okay. Oops, I had it right the first time. Okay, there's one. So yeah, these are all super easy earrings that you can make. Super, super easy. And, you know, I'll give you some ideas of things that you can do if you don't have certain things. Like for these, for example, you know, you don't have to have these exact same components. If you have any components that are similar to that in your stash, you can definitely do your chandeliers like that. You can just be super creative with whatever you have. You definitely don't need to have this, but I am highly recommending it because honestly, all the years that I watched Wendy unbox these, I regret not acting on it sooner. I've only been getting them for just over a year now, and I really am like super sad that I missed out on so many great things. I mean, I ordered from them many times, but I never had the actual bead box, and that's my regret. So, but it did take me a long time to bite the bullet, you know, because, you know, it's something that I'm one of these kind of people. I'm like, but what if I don't like it, you know? And I am here to tell you, you'll love it. And there's just so many different things in every box, and it really gives you the opportunity to play with stuff that maybe you would not normally reach for. There's been a lot of things that I'm like, oh, I wouldn't have bought those, but here they are, and let me try it. All right, so here we go. There's our pair of chandelier earrings, and they turned out really pretty. They look really elegant and just very delicate. So I will, again, at the end here, I will take out my little heart-shaped stud earrings that Shane got me quite a few years ago, and I will put all these on so you can see what they all look like on me. All right, the next one is this cute little chain triangle, and I wanted to make like a cute little simple pair of earrings to kind of go with my bracelet that I made. If you guys haven't seen it, let me grab it really quick here. This video came out today, as a matter of fact, but here's my bracelet that I made. Is it on camera? Yeah, you can see it, okay. So I wanted something that would go with those, and I thought this would look really cute with that. And I wanted to make like the little triangle shape just because I thought it was different. So I'll put that aside. All right, so this is what we have for this one. So I took a piece of 20 gauge wire, and I just straightened it out, and you're only going to need about 1 inch of it, but I cut a lot off because I'm always afraid that if I make a mistake then I can trim more off. You need an eye pin, a head pin, an ear wire. I have my little rose bead, my 6 little green ones, these 2 little guys, a small like 3mm jump ring, and a couple short pieces of chain that I had measured out and cut. They're about 1 inch long. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is we just want to take this wire, and we are going to make just a little loop, like turn up a little loop over the top of this wire. And I'm just trying to make it small enough to where it's going to kind of blend in with the design, where it doesn't look like an obvious gigantic loop. So there's my loop, and then let's just put on our little green guys here. We need 3. And then we need our flower, like so. And then we need our last 3. There we go. All right, so there we are. Now we want to do the loop on the other end, and we want it going the same way, of course. So we're going to cut some of this wire off because, like I said, I used way more than what I needed. And we're going to cut off right about here. Okay. And now let's face this to where it's most comfortable that we can make that loop. So I'm just going to take the end and I'm just going to twist it towards myself till I get that complete loop. All right, and then you can look at it, and if it needs to twist a little bit to straighten it out, you can do that, but it should be pretty straight. This one needs to go back just a tiny bit. All right. There we go. So we have that. All right, next let's make this little guy here. So we need the blue one on our eye pin, and we're just going to do a simple loop. Try not to make sure I didn't cut this one too short. Okay, we got our simple loop. Then we have the purple one on our head pin, and we're also going to do a simple loop with this one. And I'm just using a regular flat head pin. They're a little bit sturdier than the round head pins, so I'm just using that. And the reason why I want to do simple loops is I don't want it to be too long. If you do a wrap loop, you're adding length, and then it'll sit funny within my little triangle. Whoops. Sorry about that, guys. It wasn't quite on the wire all the way. All right. So simple loop gives you the dangle without the extra length. All right, so let's go ahead and hang these two on together. So now we have that part. Let's go ahead and open up one side here and put our chain on. This is really kind of fiddly, but we can do it. Chain's really tiny, but it'll work. Just gotta be super patient with it. This makes me go cross-eyed. Like, trying to get that on there. Let me open up just a tad bit more. There we go. All right. Let me make sure that's closed all the way, because that would be terrible if I didn't have it closed all the way and the whole little thing just fell apart. Probably should have did this side before I put the beads on, because it makes it hard for you to get a good grip on it when there's beads on it, because they're kind of spinning. There we go. Okay, now we got it. All right, so then let's do the other side. And if it does get bent a little bit, you can bend it back. It's fine. The beads will keep it strong too. You know, it's not going to go anywhere. Let's get this other side on here. Well, that side was a lot easier for some reason, and I have no idea why. All right, so, oh my goodness, I am struggling with this one now. Okay. Just gonna get that a little twist. Make sure I have this all the right way. All right, now I'm gonna lay it flat just to make sure I have everything the way I want it. Okay, and I do. Good deal. All right, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to use this tiny little jump ring, and we're going to get 3 things on there. So we have to get this chain, that tiny little link. Then we need to get our little drop that we made, and then we need to get the chain. And then we're going to close it up tight. Didn't I cut my chain long enough on this one? I swear I measured them all the same. Hold on, I have this, that's why I have this kind of like, I have it kind of rounded a little bit so it's not a complete sharp triangle. That's what I did, okay. Oh my goodness, you'd think I made this like a year ago and I just don't remember how I made it. Okay, and now we're gonna put our ear wire on. And we're gonna hang everything from this little jump ring. Just like so. Get the cat hair off of it. There we go. Okay, so here's our other little pair of earrings, and I think that turned out adorable. My blues are a little off, but that's okay. It just makes it that more interesting. All right, and now our last pair of earrings, another real simple one. It's just gonna be like a little stick earring, and we're using the rose quartz tumbled, the tumbled rose quartz. And I'm not too worried about matching up the beads exactly. But I just tried to get them kind of along the same size. They're not going to be perfect because they're tumbled little stones. So, all right, we have that. And then you can use anything other than this. Like, so you can use your Coriana chain if you want. You can use regular chain if you want and do wire wrapped beads onto it. You can use regular beading string, and you know, it's all going to work the same. So what we're going to do is we're going to take one of these little 2mm crimp beads. We're going to just put it over the top here. We're going to make a little loop out of our wire. And just a little loop. And we're going to run it through that crimp bead, both ends. Okay, it's a little snug, so you got to kind of play with it a little bit. And I just want to make sure they're going to be around the same size. So I'm going to pull that up a little bit until I get to around the same size as that one. And it looks pretty close. So let's go ahead and crimp that down. And because I technically have 2 strands in there, I did use my crimping pliers for it because there's 2 strands. I didn't just mash it down with my chain nose pliers like we're going to do with the bottom. Okay, so there's my top part. And then we are just going to feed on our beads. So I'm doing my nugget first. Make sure I get like a side that, because I want them to fit over both those little pieces. Okay, the other one fit just fine. Let's try a different bead. Let's try this one. Because it might, some of them may not fit over both. I have that tiny little tail there, and I don't want to risk cutting that little teeny tiny tail off because I'm afraid that I'll like ruin it. All right, so that one fit. So then let's put on our garnet. Oh my goodness gracious, you guys. I really have such a hard time with these little garnets, but I love them so, so much. All right, we're gonna set that one aside. We're gonna take a deep breath and we're gonna put it on a different one. If this takes me any longer, I'm gonna pause it and find them and then get back on because I know this will probably drive you guys crazy. All right, I'm gonna pause it. I'm gonna put these on, I'll be right back. Okay, that was a struggle, but I made it, you guys. got them all on. So as you can see, we did the nuggets, the garnet, the nuggets, the garnet. And I just want to make sure they're both going to be roughly the same size, and they are. So once you're done with that, put on your other little crimp bead on the end. And we're going to crimp that down, not crimp it down, but smash it down flat with our chain nose pliers. Just flat. And it's okay that it looks like a little flat piece of gold, it's fine. And then we're going to cut off some of this just to make them both match. About the same amount of string hanging down at the bottom. And then the very last thing you need to do for this pair of earrings is open your ear wire and put on your little loop. And there we go. There is our other pair of earrings. All right, guys, I am going to clean up this little mess. I am going to turn this around and we will try all these on, and you'll have to let me know what your favorite pair is. Right back. Okay, here are the nugget earrings, and I think they're really pretty. See, they're not super duper long. They just come down to my jawline, but you can shorten this up. You can even make it just hanging one little nugget. That would be really cute if you need like little short pair of earrings. So those are really cute. I like those. Then next I have to put on these chandelier earrings. Ooh, these are elegant. You got the perfect little black dress these would look good with. See, those are pretty. Let me hide my necklace because it's taking away from everything. See, those turned out really pretty. Yeah, I like that. They turned out really cute. Okay, so there's that pair. I feel like I'm missing something on there. Oh no, it was just twisted up a little bit. Okay, thought maybe I was missing a whole little link. All right, and then let's do these little tiny petite ones with the little cubic zirconias. Oh, I like these. These are just, look at how tiny they are. They're like perfectly little tiny ones. You know, a child can almost wear these. Like if you have a daughter who's younger or a granddaughter, those little earrings would be really perfect for like a little one even. So cute, very cute. I would maybe do them on a stud maybe though with the backs. Because sometimes I know even with the little see-through ear nuts for the backs of these, they slip off sometimes. Okay, then next we have my springtime, Easter time ones. Oh, these are kind of funky, aren't they? I think they're cool. Yeah, those are kind of fun. I like them, and they kind of spin around a little bit as I move. Yeah, not bad. They're pretty cool. Okay, so you're gonna have to let me know what your favorite pair was. And if you wanna give any of them a try, you know, please feel free to share with me if you do. I think I hung this one on backwards. I think I gotta fix that. But share with me if you do. Let me know if you made any, and if you made other earrings from your own creativeness, please share them with me. I would love to see what they look like, and I'd like to see what other people's style is too. So you get to see what my style is all the time, so I would like to see what yours is too. It's only fair. All right, everybody, I hope you have a very blessed rest of your day. I hope your Valentine's Day was fantastic. I hope you had some chocolate today, or whatever kind of treat that you like, because you deserve it. And I just want to tell you much love to you all, and sending you all lots of prayers for anything that you may be dealing with right now in your life. And that's it. Have a great night, you guys. Bye.